Technology executive Larry Ellison is America's third richest man. His company, Oracle, makes a widely used database. It handles everything from online banking to airline reservations.
Oracle's Larry Ellison is an international yachtsman, a playboy. He's been in Playboy. He's the opposite of a hands-on geek boss who runs his $50 billion company from so many remote locations. He's almost invisible at headquarters, a mystery.
Do you have your driver's license on you? Or?
I do not.
Name? Larry.
A unique traffic stop is caught on body camera video in Hawaii as billionaire Larry Ellison is pulled over on an island that he mostly owns.
The only problem, guys, I have trouble with are the Google guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Larry and Sergey you have trouble with?
Larry specifically. They do. When you write a program for the Android phone, you write it, you use the Oracle tool or Oracle Java tools for everything. And at the very end, you press a button and said, convert this to Android format. We don't compete with Google. We don't do anything Google does.
No.
We just think they took our stuff and that was wrong. That's a completely separate issue.
But I mean, you think they're evil?
I think what they did was absolutely evil.
And you blame Larry Page?
100% Larry Page.
The founder, chairman, and CEO of Oracle Corporation is as dazzling as his Silicon Valley headquarters, a place the locals call the Emerald City. He's also something of a wizard when it comes to generating green. Oracle is the world's second largest software maker, and Ellison's stake in the company, that translates into a personal fortune of some $12 billion.
Thank you. The only way, if you adhere to conventional wisdom, if you do everything everyone else does in business, you're going to lose. The only way to get ahead, to really get ahead, is to be different.
Where do you come down on what NSA is doing?
Well, the great thing is we live in a democracy. If we don't like what NSA is doing, we can just get rid of the government and put in a different government.
What kind of person builds a tech empire? Larry Ellison doesn't just own a company, he owns entire worlds. Private islands, mega yachts, and sprawling mansions are just the surface. In the late 1970s, Ellison founded Oracle, a database company that would redefine the tech landscape. Oracle made its first big move by selling a database system to the US government. Ellison pitched it as Oracle version 2. The pitch was airtight, the product reliable, the company ready to deliver. What they didn't mention was version 1 didn't exist. It wasn't an oversight. Larry Ellison knew people wouldn't trust a first-generation product, so he gave them what they wanted, a lie that looked like the truth. And it worked. That lie became the foundation of an empire, one that would redefine the tech industry. Oracle didn't grow by playing fair. It thrived on manipulation. Contracts won through misdirection, competitors dismantled, a reputation that looked pristine, but underneath, cracks.
Larry Ellison gave an onstage interview at a Silicon Valley dinner this week. The CEO touched on a range of topics, including his company's pending acquisition of Sun Microsystems.
The year is 2009. Sun Microsystems, once a pioneer of internet technology, is struggling. Its crown jewels, Java, MySQL, and OpenSolaris, have reshaped how the world connects, builds, and creates. But innovation alone wasn't enough to keep the company afloat. Financial troubles forced Sun to seek a buyer, enter Oracle.
He also made another one of his now colorful rants about cloud computing and took questions from, among others, Sun chairman Scott McNealy, who appeared briefly in the back of the room. Ellison was interviewed by former Sun and Motorola executive Ed Zander, who soon got down to business by asking Ellison which of Sun's products he plans to keep.
When the deal closed for $7.4 billion, Oracle acquired the company and seized control of the future of open source software.
We are keeping everything. We're keeping tape. We're keeping storage. We're keeping x86 technology and Spark technology. We're going to increase the investment in it.
Ellison didn't immediately mention Sun's open source database software, but when pressed, he said he wants that too.
If they ask you to spin it off, would you?
No.
What happened next would shock everyone. OpenSolaris, an open source operating system, had become a symbol of the open source movement. Developers around the world had contributed to its growth, creating a massive, collaborative ecosystem. But Oracle saw it as a cost.
If they told you to spin it off, would you?
No, we're not going to spin it off.
Okay.
The U.S. government cleared this. We think the Europeans are going to clear us. We are not going to spin anything off.
Good.
Oracle isn't getting into the mainstream hardware business, Ellison said, just into the systems business, where it will compete with big vendors like IBM and HP.
Within months of the acquisition, Oracle halted updates, cut communication with the developer community, and shut the project down entirely by 2010. For the developers who had championed OpenSolaris, it was a betrayal. Java, the programming language that revolutionized software development, was another pillar of Sun's legacy. Under Oracle's control, Java took on a new role as a weapon for litigation.
Let's go straight out to Ben Wortham with the Wall Street Journal out in San Francisco to tell us about this trial that's going on between Google and Oracle. Their CEO's taking the stand today, Ben. What can you tell us about the trial that matters so much that the CEOs have to be there?
Yeah, right. Well, so this is the latest trial of the century in the tech world. Of course, these seem to happen once a year or so. This is a case about Oracle is suing Google over a technology called Java. It's a programming technology that Oracle acquired when it bought Sun Microsystems in 2010. Java is at the heart of the Android, or rather it's in Android, and whether it's at the heart of it, as Oracle says, or it's just, little pieces here or there, as Google says, is going to be decided in the courtroom right now. Oracle is asking for $1 billion plus an injunction that would prevent Google, presumably, from selling any more Android devices. And Google is saying, yeah, maybe a little bit of coincidence, a little Java here or there, but, come on, let's get real. This is Oracle just trying to cash in on our success with Android.
In 2010, Oracle filed a massive lawsuit against Google, claiming Android had infringed on its Java patents. The case dragged on for years, but the message was clear. Oracle wasn't here to foster innovation. It was here to control it. MySQL, the world's most popular open-source database, represented everything Oracle wasn't: free, flexible, and community-driven. When Oracle took over, developers braced for the worst. They weren't disappointed. Oracle implemented price hikes and restrictive contracts, alienating MySQL's user base. Even the original creators walked away, creating MariaDB as a direct alternative. By the time Oracle was done, Sun Microsystems barely resembled the company it once was. OpenSolaris was gone, MySQL was fractured, and Java was embroiled in legal battles. For Larry Ellison, Sun's technologies were tools, valuable only for how they could be leveraged. Oracle sued Google for $9 billion, alleging that Google's Android operating system infringed on Oracle's Java patents. Oracle claimed that Google used 37 Java APIs, application programming interfaces, without permission, even though APIs were traditionally seen as non-copyrightable. After a decade-long legal battle that reached the Supreme Court, Google won in 2021, with the court ruling that the use of Java APIs in Android was fair use.
Ellison's name might ring a bell, but it might not. A lot of people don't know who he is. The software company Ellison co-founded and which made him a multi-billionaire is better known as Oracle. But even Oracle doesn't have the name recognition of many of its customers. Those include Netflix, eBay, and LinkedIn. But so what? Who needs fame when you can have power, oligarch-type power, and in Ellison's case, notoriety, the kind that comes from cheating in the America's Cup yacht race and suing your neighbors because their redwoods block your view, and maxing out your billion-dollar credit limit and flying a plane under the Golden Gate Bridge, which Ellison denies, but not very convincingly.
Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison predicts AI surveillance will be part of our everyday lives in the future. During a recent Oracle Q&A, Ellison said AI will soon play a major role in monitoring society through a vast network of interconnected cameras, including security systems, police body cams, and vehicle dash cams.
It's unbelievable what's going on. We'll be training these humanoid robots. I was just discussing with Safra, because Safra and I would constantly say every 10th sentence, I feel like I'm living in a science fiction movie. And then we kind of get over it and go back and talk a little more about business.
Now to the sale that could save TikTok here in the United States, the wildly popular video sharing app with a potentially new partner after being threatened by President Trump. Janae Norman joins us now with more on all that. Good morning, Janae.
Hey, Robin. Good morning. The original deadline for that ban was set for tomorrow. The president says TikTok is a national security risk. The company denies that, but now has reportedly rejected Microsoft's offer, instead opting for Oracle.
Where do you come down on what NSA is doing?
We've been collecting this information for so long, and long before NSA was collecting it. Let me tell you who was collecting it. American Express, Bank of Visa, all of your credit card data. We have and all of your financial records. This whole issue of privacy is utterly fascinating to me. Who's ever heard of this information being misused by the government? In what way?
Well, I just hear you clearly. You're saying whatever the NSA is doing is okay with me.
It's great. It's great. It's essential. Your body cams will be transmitting that. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.
In the 1970s, the CIA had a challenge. Too much data, scattered across too many systems. They needed a tool that could organize and access it quickly, efficiently, and securely. That project was codenamed Oracle. Larry Ellison, Bob Miner, and Ed Oates were brought in to make it happen. Ellison's job was to design a database that could store and retrieve data faster than anything that existed. The U.S. government became Oracle's first major client. Intelligence agencies, defense contractors, and federal departments relied on them to manage their most sensitive data. For Ellison, this was a breakthrough. Oracle was now a gateway to influence, and its design became the blueprint for a company that would quietly embed itself into the most powerful systems in the world.
This just in, you were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center.
La espera de mayores informaciones, saber qué fue lo que ocurrió, cómo fue que
In the wake of September 11th, the world changed overnight. Governments scrambled for tools to prevent the next attack. Laws were rewritten, technology became weaponized, and Oracle was waiting at the center of it all. Federal agencies, from Homeland Security to the NSA, turned to Oracle for systems that could track, monitor, and analyze information at scale. Larry Ellison wasn't shy about his support for surveillance. In interviews, he endorsed the idea of national ID cards linked to centralized databases. Ellison offered Oracle's technology to the U.S. government free of charge to build this system. As the government expanded its reach, so did Oracle. Contracts poured in, not just for law enforcement, but for programs shrouded in secrecy. Oracle's systems were used to aggregate phone records, financial transactions, travel histories, everything. By the time the public began to push back on government surveillance, Oracle had already cemented its position. Their databases are now the de facto infrastructure for the modern era of monitoring and control. What we've just covered is only the surface. Oracle's ties to intelligence, its role in government surveillance, and its influence over our data are just one chapter in a much larger story. Oracle is just one piece of a sprawling web, one that connects tech giants, governments, and global elites. In the coming episodes, we're going deeper. We're peeling back the layers to expose the corporations and individuals who have turned data into a weapon, control into currency, and our world into their chessboard. When I started this series, I knew I was just scratching the surface. The tech giants and billionaires are shaping our lives and the world in ways we barely understand. And I'm not going to stop until we uncover the whole story. Who's really pulling the strings? How deep does it go? And what can we do about it? Subscribe to the channel and stay with me, because together we're going to find out who's really running the world and how they're keeping it hidden.